motion, yeah, you know what I mean. From a thought to a vision, from a friend to a scene. Everything feels sharper, everything feels clean.
Kling 3.0 is finally here, and what you just saw was an exclusive preview of the model before the official release, which is happening in just a few hours. Everything you'll see in this video was generated directly with Kling. Kling 3.0 isn't just another visual upgrade. This is a structural change in how AI video generation works. We're moving away from single, disconnected clips toward a unified video model that handles shots, motion, audio, and consistency inside the same engine. And that difference becomes very clear once you start generating. Before showing the platform, I want to be very clear about something. I've been following Kling since the early versions, and like many people, I was waiting for a real step forward, not just better visuals. What I personally expected from Kling 3.0 was not prettier frames, but more control, more stability, and more predictability. Because at a certain point, visuals alone stop being the problem. The real problem becomes continuity, timing, and intention. So while testing this version, that's exactly what I focused on. Not does it look cool, but does it behave correctly? Everything I'm doing here is inside Higgsfield, directly on their website. This is Kling 3.0. You can generate videos up to 15 seconds, use text prompts, images, references, and even native audio. Most importantly, this is all happening live. No pre-rendered clips, no editing tricks. We can also take advantage of a very interesting feature called Elements. With Elements, we can upload images or videos and use them as references, giving each one a name and a short description of what that element represents, whether it's a person, an object, or a specific location. This gives us an additional layer of control to guide consistency, making it much easier to achieve detailed results exactly the way we want. It helps reduce unnecessary retries and trial and error, allowing us to get the desired output in fewer attempts, with more precision and less frustration. You can also split a scene into multiple chain prompts, guiding each part step by step instead of relying on a single instruction. This allows you to control the progression of the scene from the setup to the action and the final moment. By chaining prompts, you give a model clearer intent at each stage, which helps maintain coherence, timing, and visual continuity, especially in more complex or narrative-driven scenes. One important thing to understand about Kling 3.0 is that this is not a collection of separate features. Text to video, image to video, multi-shot generation, audio. They're not stitched together. They're trained together inside a single multimodal model. And this matters a lot, because when features are not unified, you start seeing conflicts. Camera fighting motion, audio not matching timing, characters drifting between shots. With Kling 3.0, the model already understands how these elements should coexist, and that's why the output feels more intentional instead of random. Watch the camera movement here, the sense of weight, the timing of the action. This already tells you a lot about how Kling 3.0 behaves under the hood. These are different scenes, different setups, different moods, but the important part is what stays consistent. Characters don't randomly change. Text remains readable. Camera motion feels intentional, not floaty. And in scenes with dialogue, the audio is generated natively, not added afterward. With previous generations, some things were always fragile. Close-ups could break. Multi-shot scenes were hard control. Camera movement often felt disconnected from the subject. Kling 3.0 handles these directly at the model level. That's why scenes feel more continuous, more grounded, and more cinematic overall. This isn't just for making cool clips. It's for creators building short films, music videos, ads, narrative sequences. If you care about coherence instead of just visuals, this is where AI video starts to become a real tool. This kind of behavior changes how you approach AI video entirely. Instead of generating dozens of clips and hoping something works, you can start thinking in sequences. You generate less, but with more intention. You iterate instead of brute forcing. And that's a big difference for anyone working on short films, ads, or narrative content. At that point, AI video stops being a toy and starts becoming part of a real workflow. So yeah, this was an exclusive preview of Kling 3.0 before the official release. If you want to try it yourself, you'll find all the links in the description, including free access options and the full user guide. And in the next video, we'll push this even further. Longer sequences, more complex setups, and deeper testing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.